Hey, what's up, hardheads? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Bobby, and I review a whole bunch of horror movies. And currently, I'm reviewing AHS 1984. And speaking of AHS 1984, we just got some news today that American Horror Story might be ending, guys. I just seen a report online that Ryan Murphy said after season 10, there might not be any more American Horror Story. And it's a bittersweet feeling for me. I don't want it to go because I'm in love with this show, despite the opinions of other people just saying how the show goes downhill after, like, season after season after season. But if you realize, people say that, but as these years go on, people end up liking these seasons later on. I guess after they binge watch it on Netflix or something, I don't know. But for me, especially a horror movie buff, and you know, for Shanice and a few other people that's obsessed with the show and been watching since the very beginning, yeah, we have, you know, some seasons that we don't like at all, but there's always room for improvement. And I feel like we can get some improvement in the show going further if they listen to the fan base. Me and Shanice discussed that on last night's video of American Horror Story, the season finale, about, you know, the ranking of the seasons and how the season could do better in the next, you know, year or so. So I don't know, I have bittersweet feelings with American Horror Story. Like, I love the show because the characters, the stories, and a lot of people have their opinions about like how it's sunk just because of it does so good in the beginning of the seasons. Usually that's how most seasons start, and then towards the middle and end it declines. And I could kind of agree with that, you know. I feel like since season 4, or actually I take that back, season 3, everybody loves American Horror Story Coven. Everybody loves Coven. I love Coven. Coven was one of the best seasons, and one of the seasons that actually brought more of a bigger audience to the show. And that's what got people hooked onto it, because you had Angela Bassett now, Kathy Bates, you got witches, you know, magical powers. It was more campy than scary, so that drew more people in. But then when we got Freak Show and Hotel and some of the more darker and serious stuff, it lost a lot of people that, you know, that was drawn into the Coven world, because a lot of people, especially that's not horror movie buffs or not a fan of horror movies, they're scared of watching some scary shit, you know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of people, there's people that love to be scared and keep watching it, and then there's people that are just desensitized towards the whole thing, and it takes a lot for them to be scared at something. And then you got the other people that just don't like seeing the gross stuff, or just don't like to be scared in general. So this show is, I should say, for a specific audience, but at least for me, I love everything about it. What I don't like about it is how the season starts off, and then you have all these storylines built into one season, and then when it gets closer to the end, you just don't know what to do with the rest of the season. Everything just rushed. A lot of things don't, you know, starts to not make sense anymore because you're rushing you know, a person's storyline. For instance, in Coven, I'm still trying to figure this out, and I'll talk to Shanice about this and a few other people about this all the time, where at the end where the witches were dying and things like that, and Madison pretty much got killed. She got strangled by Kyle on there, and she died that way, and she went to hell. How can she get strangled by this dude, but she's a witch? She has these powers. Like, she flipped a whole damn bus over in the first episode of that show. She can set shit on fire. Like, she's a witch. So you telling me that she let this one guy, and let me know if I'm wrong, and let me know if anybody's watching this and you have an explanation of what happened and the reason why she couldn't get this man off of her, then let me know, and then I'll rewatch, and then I'm salty. But I've seen this season a couple times, and I still don't understand how she let Kyle choke her and kill her, and she's a witch, and she just couldn't get him off of her. And I don't want to hear the excuse that she's more vulnerable because, you know, she's, you know, upset and things like that. Because in that case, she was upset in the beginning of the first season when she got raped, and she flipped the whole damn bus over and killed a whole bunch of students in that. And she was vulnerable then and upset. So I don't know. if you guys can explain to me what happened specifically with the ending of that, then let me know. But that just didn't make sense to me. I felt like they just needed to get rid of her, and they needed to find a way. There's a few other situations in the seasons that I can go on about it being rushed, but you guys probably know what I mean, because if you watch the show, then obviously you know. But I just feel like Ryan Murphy and his team of writers need to listen to the fans. And I know they say they listen to the fans every year, but I think they need to listen to the fans as far as what we want in the season. Not what a choice of what the season is going to be about. Because what Ryan Murphy and his team is doing as far as what the season is going to be about is doing a great job. It's how you utilize that story and how you use the characters on that. Me going back to the first season, Murder House, and even a little bit of Asylum, where you did have these different storylines, but it wasn't too much happening at once, where, you know, it still made sense and things were fine. Just minus the aliens on Asylum, but a lot of people still ticked off about that. That necessarily didn't bother me, because yeah, aliens, that happened. Back then there used to be a theory about aliens popping up in and out, so that didn't really bother me. I wish they did dug a little bit more into that, but yeah, I don't know. I was okay with Asylum overall. That's why it's still higher up in my ranking. But I don't know, guys. I just feel like Ryan Murphy and his team need to listen to more of us and what we want in the season. Or maybe just don't put so many storylines into one and just focus on one or two storylines and have that intertwine with each other and just give us a dope-ass, scary, but fun season. I kind of missed that, and I feel like we haven't had that in a while. And I mean, I know it will probably be cool that American Horror Story ends on its 10th, you know, year, because 10, you know, it's kind of like a milestone or whatever. But if it does get picked up again, and it gets picked up for another 10 years, I do want to see a drastic change, and I want it to just be taken a little bit more serious and just not go downhill, you know, in the middle to the last of the episode, like, because that would just suck. Now, if it does end on the 10th season, please bring back Jessica Lange. Bring back your original people. I love Billie Lourd to death. That's my girl. I love all these new people. But if whatever season that you're going to do for the 10th season, please make it a banger. Please make it epic. And please bring back the original cast of American Horror Story, just so we can get that just epicness of what American Horror Story was about. That's all I'm asking for if this is the 10th and last season. So Ryan Murphy, get it together, guys, over there in your camp. I would love to see the show keep going on and just make it scarier and better, because there's so much more you can do with this show. There's so many more ideas and so many more connections that you can make and intertwine the seasons together. Just don't get sloppy with it, and please don't get bored with it, because I feel like you got bored with 1984. So yeah, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think about American Horror Story ending or possibly being renewed in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.